Hi everyone. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am literally just sitting at a parking lot. My hair is a mess. I don't have much makeup on. I had makeup on, let me just tell you. So literally this is what's been going on. I just literally got out of the emergency room about 30 minutes ago, maybe 40 minutes ago. And the reason I was in the emergency room, it wasn't for myself. What happened is I had to take my mom to the emergency yesterday. Now the situation was I did a video, and y'all a lot of y'all saw my video about, you know, just because, you know, the Thursday that I was chatting about, you know, I was gonna go take my mom some lunch, and I just wanted to do certain things just because, you know, that's what I called it and all that. Anyway, so yeah, took the, just for some of y'all that, you know, don't know what I'm talking about, I took my mom some lunch yesterday. I surprised her with some lunch. It was like probably around 1:30. Took her some Burger King, went over there, and she was fine. She was in the back sewing, making some little dolls. She likes making little dolls, and, you know, she likes to gift them to, like, the women at her church, or, you know, just, she just likes passing out little homemade, like, little dolls, really cute dolls that she makes. Anyway, so I took her some lunch. You know, I wanted to make sure she ate, and I was like, oh, here, Mom, you know, go eat your lunch. I said, but I can't stay. I have to go. And I have to, you know, go take Natasha, which is my older daughter, to work. She had to be at work at 3, but I wanted to go take my younger daughter some flowers, which I did. And she goes, okay. I said, well, come on. I said, I love you. I said, well, here's your lunch. You know, so here's your lunch. Okay, thank you. You know, she calls me Huesito. That's always been my name. Pinito, Huesito. That's what they still call me. I mean, you know, Huesito means bony, Pinito means pine, and that's the way I was back then. I was just really, you know, thin and, you know, tiny. So anyway, let me turn this down. This is too loud, I think. So anyway, so I left it like that. I said, I love you, give her a hug. She gave me a hug. She goes, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to the other stores. You know, I went to Dollar Tree. I bought a whole bunch of things. I did a haul on that when I got home, and then I went to H-E-B, did what I had to do, went to my daughter's apartment, you know, did what I had to do, and then I ended up going home. Okay, so I'm literally filming my Dollar Tree. I was probably at home for maybe 20 minutes. So I'm filming my Dollar Tree, and right at the end, right when I'm, you know, almost done with my haul, which I had a couple items, I think, my phone rang, and I was like, oh, okay, that's my mamacita, that's my mother. I said, I'm gonna have to finish. I said, because I gotta call her back. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So I finished my haul, and I call her back, and I can hear it in her voice that she's like really, really scared and really like nervous, and it sounded like she probably was crying a little bit. She's like, I was like, Mom, what's the matter? Well, can you come pick me up and take me to the emergency room? I was like, why? What happened? Her sugar was real high. Her blood pressure was super high. And so I'm like, yeah, Mom. So I told my husband, I said, you know, I gotta go. I literally just, I had this black t-shirt, the one I had on yesterday, my black pants, my jogging pants, and then I had my tennies, but I was like, you know, I just grabbed my slip-on shoes with some socks. I said, okay, babe, I gotta go. I gotta take my mom to emergency room. She's feeling sick. He goes, what? I said, yeah. So I'm over here driving. I live about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, depending on traffic. Okay, so it's literally traffic time. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So I'm like, barely had any gas in my car, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna make it over there. You know, I have enough gas. I'll make it there, and then pick up her car, and then take it, you know, where she needs to go, and I'll pick up my car later. So there I go driving, and I'm like, okay, you know, she's gonna be okay. I'm gonna get there as fast as I can. And within a couple minutes, Huesito, are you coming? Rachel, you coming? I said, yeah, Mom. You know, she was worried. Of course, I'm like, Mom, I'm driving, you know, I'm driving as fast as I can. You know, I was already going 70 miles per hour on the freeway, and you know, I don't want to like injure myself, you know, even though it's my mom. But if I injure myself, well, then I can't take my mom to the hospital. So I'm, you know, trying to be careful or whatever, and just driving, you know. And And of course she's, you know, checking on me again. I'm like, Mom, I'm almost there. Okay, yeah. So I'm there, and she's like, oh, what happened? I said, come on, Mom, let's go. She goes, I don't know what happened. So she literally said, you know, she saw a cat in her backyard. You know, she's got a few chickens. She has our goose, a grown goose that we have there, and, you know, some ducks. Well, they like messing with her chickens and, you know, eating them or killing them or whatever. So she went, I think she told me that she went outside maybe to chase it, like to make it go away, which is not that far. And then she came back inside, and she sat down. I think that kind of exhausted, you know, because she gets tired pretty quickly, because she has had 2 previous strokes, one in 2016 and then one, I believe, in 2015, and not really bad where she gets paralyzed or anything. So, you know, which is a blessing, because, you know, a lot of times people, you know, especially elderly people, get, like, you know, they'll have strokes, heart attacks, and they'll be paralyzed. So, you know, like, it just, so we're kind of blessed that, you know, nothing like that happened. You know, she stayed in the hospital a couple of days back then, you know. Okay, so anyway, so she had already called my sister, my older sister, one of them that lives in Houston, and then I text my other sister, you know, on my phone. I was like, Siri, you know how Siri leaves a message, whatever. Okay, just to let them know that I'm telling my sisters, you know, I'm taking my mom to the emergency room, you know, either you can be there or I'm just gonna let you know what's going on. So my older sister, the oldest one, well, she's second to the oldest, she lives like 2 seconds from the hospital. So she goes, okay, Rachel, you know, I'm already here. I said, okay, well, I'm still driving, you know, I still have to be safe about it, because I have my mom in the car and I want to be safe. So I'm still getting down. Okay, I'll be there in a few minutes. Get there, the paperwork, you know, she's got all the paperwork done, because she does work at a hospital. And it was pretty fast. Let me just tell you, it's good, you know, she put stroke victim, you know, telling them that she had a stroke. So they got her in there within probably not even 10 minutes. She was in there checking her blood, maybe 10 minutes after EKG, you know, and then they did a head scan, a chest scan. So yeah, so we were like sitting there like, okay, well, you know, it takes a while to get her in the room. And let me tell you, it took a while. It was probably, we got there probably around no later than 5:30, and we didn't get in the room, like in, you know, where they literally take you in the back and put you on the bed. Probably took them, we're probably there like 4 hours, like waiting, like, you know. But everything that she had done, we had to wait for the test, and of course EKG was good, you know, they checked that. So we waited, got in there, you know, put her in one of the rooms, finally put her in one of the rooms. And of course, you know, they come check on her, you know, ask her all these questions. You know, my mom, like I said, you know, she's like, well, they're like, what happened? You know, well, she was saying, well, I didn't feel like I was like I was myself. And, you know, she thought maybe they didn't understand, but basically she was feeling like kind of lightheaded, you know, and kind of like her breath. And I'm thinking that was probably from her going back inside, because where she went to, you know, took a few steps, and it kind of made her really tired. But, and she's like, I don't know what happened. I took my sugar count, you know, and her blood pressure and stuff, and it was super high. So they were like, okay, and asking her all these questions, you know, about, you know, like they would if someone's having a stroke or whatever. But she was doing really good. So anyway, yeah, they put her, you know, they hooked her up and then did what they had to do, you know, just laying there. And my sister and I were there, and of course, you know, I figured I would be staying there for a while. But so we're there. Let me just tell you, you know, we're just there laying she's laying in bed, covered up on it, you know, did whatever we could, trying to keep her positive, you know, because she was already nervous. And a lot of times for anyone, even myself, like if I don't usually go to the doctor, but if I would, my blood pressure would literally go up, because I get so nervous when I'm at the doctor. I don't know why. They're not gonna like hurt me, you know, they're there to help me. But my mom gets the same way. She gets nervous because she knew she had a couple strokes, so all that, you know, so I'm trying to keep her calm. And my sister, you know, she's actually doing pretty good, because usually she's one of the more like stressed out persons, you know, in the family. and kind of wired. So yeah, so let me just tell you, how long did it take? Besides all that, I just want to tell you all that detail stuff. It wasn't even detail by detail. The doctor comes in, okay? Comes in again and says they're going to do another blood, the sugar test again, and another, you know, blood pressure check, because it was literally high. It was like 188 to 89. You know, it was high. Actually, that was low comparing to what it was when she was at home. So they did that, and then he came again later, maybe 45 minutes later, maybe an hour later, or something like that. I don't even know the time. And then he told her, and I was there. My sister wasn't there. She had to go do something. So he told her, well, he's talking to both of us and saying, well, your sugar, your heart, your blood pressure, you know, that's basically the same. But he goes that your sugar has got higher, meaning, you know, since she's, oh, well, that's good. Sorry, I'm reading a text on my mom. They're texting everybody. Okay, so her blood pressure, they just text, went down 138 to 76. And that's another thing. Let me just tell you in a sec. Okay, so anyway, he said what might have happened is, since your sugar has gotten higher, your blood sugar, that it could have, it might have caused a minor heart attack or a small heart attack or something like that. And my mom's like, oh gosh. And I'm thinking, oh great, you know, she's already nervous and they're telling her this. I said, he goes, and it could have done, you know, some damage, because that's what it does. It does damage to your heart, which I didn't really know that, because, you know, I don't know a lot about, you know, like diabetes and all that. You know, I know I should. I mean, I know some, but I didn't know that it could literally, you know, do that much damage to someone's heart, you know. So I was like, oh goodness. And I'm doing the best to stay positive, because, you know, I have my faith in God. My mom has her faith in God, and we know that He's in control. No matter how tough things get, like, you know, I've said before, we know that He's in control, and we can't control it because we don't have the power to do that. You know, God gives the power, and, you know, the necessities, and, you know, the information, just everything that the doctors do, like what they, you know, they go to school for and they learn. And, you know, we believe that, you know, He does that. That's why they're there, to help them. And yes, there's times when there are some that do the opposite, but we're not talking about that. So anyway, I know this is a long video. I might have to do my Dollar Tree haul after this. I'm so sorry, but I'm just so tired. So basically, what he said, what he was telling us is that since they believe she had that little short heart attack, or not short, but small heart attack, that's what he's believing it did the damage to. They were going to transfer her to another hospital where they have heart specialists, you know, like for heart attack victims. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm thinking, oh great, this is not gonna be good for her, because, you know, she's nervous. So I called my older sister, one of my older sisters. My other sister in Houston was coming down already, you know, because she's here like this. She lives, that's just the way, you know, we are. We want to be with my mom. So anyway, sorry, my throat is super dry. So anyway, so besides that information, you guys, let me tell you right now, I haven't been in the emergency room with my mom. We have, but not like super long, because my older sister goes and she stays the night, whatever, you know, and that's fine. I'm going to be there for my mom. You know, I didn't have to go work. Even if I did have to go work, I wouldn't be at work. I'd be with my mom, because my mom is more important than work. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just, you know, we have our own business, but if I didn't have my own business and I had a regular job, I wouldn't go. I'm sorry. That's just, I mean, my mom is my mom, and that's, to me, she's more important than my work, or she would have been more important, right? But that's, you know, that's just my opinion. Anyway, so let me continue. I am so sorry I'm chatting a lot, but like I said, I just want to let y'all know, because if I don't get my videos up, you know, like I'm already doing them, you're gonna know why. So We waited, you guys. They said, well, we're going to call the other hospital. I'm going to get paperwork done. You know, that takes a long time because it's a hospital. I mean, they're busy. They have other people, right, that are sicker than my mom, basically, you know, people that are dying. And he goes, so it can take up to 1 to 2, you know, maybe, you know, at the most a couple hours. And we're like, oh, cool, you know, that's fine. You know, well, we bought a blanket. My mom's laying down. I have warm clothes. You know, I'm going to get my jacket later, you know, stuff like that. So I call my sister, and she's like, oh, she was like, oh, she was a little bit upset. Because she was she was actually left to go home because she was going to go to work today. She was going to go to work today at 2. But she knew that I didn't have anyone else to, like, go with my mom in the ambulance, because my mom wanted someone because she's never been in an ambulance before. So she goes, okay, I'll come back and whatever. And so she came back, and we stayed there and, you know, waited and waited and waited, thinking a couple hours was a couple hours. To me, a couple hours are 2. See me smiling? I'm still positive. I'm just tired. And I'm not so much complaining. I'm just like letting y'all know this was crazy. Like, we literally, to get to what I'm trying to tell you, and I know it took all this time, but let me tell you right now, you guys, we didn't go to another hospital, and it was only because my sister had her transferred to where she worked at. We were still in the same hospital. What time did we leave there? 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, you guys, in the morning. Today, in the morning. 10 o'clock in the morning. And they told us 11 o'clock last night is when the doctor talked to us and told us, we're gonna, you know, they're really packed, you know, they don't have any rooms right now, we're gonna keep you in here. It shouldn't be more than a couple hours, but we'll keep in contact with you, which they didn't do the whole time we were laying in there, or my mom was laying in there, and we were freezing. All of us were freezing, and I was trying to sleep on a little stool, and my sister was sleeping on a little chair. Hey, come on, I need more than a stool to sleep on. But, you know, I tried my best to keep my older sister, you know, comfortable. She was getting cold. I gave her my mom's jacket. Then my mom had 2 blankets, but I had my unicorn blanket that my daughter gave me, and they brought it to me with my jacket. So I shared it with my mom. I got real close to her, and we shared the blanket. But you guys, 10 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, only because my sister, I was telling my sister they were supposed to give my mom some medicine for her blood pressure, because I'm thinking, let me think, you're waiting for her blood pressure to go down by itself, but if she takes medication, it's not going to go down by itself. You know what I'm saying? Didn't make any sense to me. But so I was telling my sister, she goes, yeah, I remember they said that. So we kept waiting until finally a supervisor from the other hospital, well, I think that's what she said. She's like the emergency room floor supervisor. She was a nice lady. You know, we weren't rude to her or nothing, but we were concerned, and she came in and apologized. And I'll do what I can, but they're really backed up because, you know, they don't have a lot of rooms, and, you know, whatever, you know, and we're like, no, we believe. She goes, but please believe me, I'm really, really sorry. I'm being truthful. And we're like, no, we're fine. You know, we're like, you know, we're not upset. We're tired. I said, we said, well, we're tired, and we're just wondering were they ever going to come back and check on her, because no one has ever come. Like, literally, her blood pressure was like fluctuating. It wasn't going lower. It kept going up, and little, you know, not, you know what I mean, back up. And the bell kept ringing, darn alarm. So my mom tried to get rest, and she wouldn't sleep because she doesn't like, she didn't want to sleep because she's in the emergency room, right? And so that little bell on the blood pressure machine go ding, 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 because the you know, the pressure, her blood pressure is going over the limit. And of course she's fine. I mean, we're like literally right there. But they're not even coming in. Like, my sister, she works in the hospital, so she knows, like, my mom was like, can you turn that darn machine off? But she said it in Spanish, because, you know, literally she's like, hold on, the sun's coming in, sorry you guys. She's like, you know, because it's making too much noise. And my sister's like, yeah. But so, like I said, if it wasn't for my sister, since I'm glad that she actually does work at a hospital, she's she's the one that, you know, when people go in, she does all the registration, like she works at the ER. So I'm really glad that she was there, because I mean, if I would have been there by myself, my other sister didn't get there till like 9. No, actually after 10. Yeah. And of course I would have said something too. I mean, you know, I wasn't gonna, I mean, we sat there, we laid there long enough, you know, without like, you know, literally like jumping on their case and stuff, which, like I said, I wasn't gonna let that happen, because I mean, I'll get upset and I'll be like, you know, if my sister gets, I'm like, no, you know, you think you need to be calm, or we need to be calm. You know, we're not going to stress my mom out. I don't care. To me, that's my mom. That's our mom. But I'm still like, you know, if she were to get a little bit more upset, well, she was getting upset at the end because she was tired and she hadn't slept that good. But, you know, I'm like, don't worry about it, Mom, you know, keeping her calm and just saying, you know what, I'm thinking, you know, I'm not gonna let you get upset, or, you know, if I have to, I'll let my sister know. I'll tell her something, because, you know, it is a stressful situation, but more for my mom, or more for the person that's laying in the bed, not for us, because, like, sure, we're tired, and I really did not get in sleep. I might have slept maybe 5 minutes, but not even that, because I couldn't sleep. Like, I can't sleep on a chair. So anyway, you guys, I just want to let y'all know, for all of y'all out there, you know, prayers would be, you know, I do believe in prayers, you guys. I really do. I know a lot of people don't believe prayers work. I honestly can say I believe in prayers. You know, I believe in God. I know what he can do. You know, I've seen what he can do, you know, in my life, and in, you know, just other people's lives. I've seen how powerful our God is, you know. So prayers, you know, prayers do work, and I would really, you know, I would appreciate prayers for my mom, you know. Just keep us in your prayers. More of my mom, you know, she's a strong woman, her faith, and, you know,